What's going on, guys? BSG22 TrekFan88 here, and before I continue my night off here, such as it is, you can kind of imagine what's going on here. You know, a few drinks and watch a movie or two. So, long story short, my drone is out of commission. I've had the Phantom 3 Professional now since May, end of May. I had the Standard at the beginning, but it had some issues, and I returned it, and with the difference in cash, paid for the Professional. I have never crashed it. I have never abused it. I have never fucked around with it. I have only babied it. To the point where I don't even land it half the time. I catch it with both hands, and then use the joysticks to turn it off, or catch it with, most of the time, one hand, so the weight is evenly distributed. Turned out, it's how a lot of people do it. But again, I've never crashed it. It's never... It tipped over once, but it was in sand. It literally just caught a gust of wind. Nothing to do with what the issue is. So, before I talk about what the issue is with the drone, here's why it actually really sucks for me. Long story short, without being one of those sappy fucking... whatever the fuck you want to call it, the drone has actually helped me out quite a bit. A lot of you know that I've been going through some issues recently, randomly. The drone is a way for me to make content to show people and have them appreciate it, and also it extends my photography ability. You know, I can only do so much with an SLR on the ground. Having the drone, you've seen my footage, you've seen what I'm capable of it with my editing skills, my knack of the shot, if you will, or my eye for the shot, which a lot of people have commented on. But in oh so many ways, the drone has, which, by the way, the name is the Defiant from DS9. The Defiant has helped me out in a lot of ways. Hence why I do baby it and spend some money on it. And, you know, the case and all that shit. So, I go to fly tonight. It was going to be just an average sunset. It's been shitty all day. Didn't fly yesterday, and I was like, alright, I'll just go down to where I normally go by the canal and just fly around, hopefully get maybe a couple cool shots. Try and find the train again, which apparently it's only on the weekends, but whatever. And I noticed, like in the video you're going to see here at the end, I was like, what the hell is that? And I go to look at it, thinking it's like a piece of dirt or a piece of hair or something. Nope, it's a crack, and I'm like, okay, this is odd. Did it get damaged in transit or something? No, because I take care of things. So I inspect all four arms, or pillars if you will, and 3 out of the 4 have severe stress cracks, to the point where the drone is made of a lot of different components, but the 2 big components are the top and bottom casing, or shell as it's called, and they're sandwiched together and have the shit in the middle and then whatever. Either through abuse, which isn't my case, because some people have reported it after a crash, or stress. Now, when the drone is flying, right, if this is the drone and each side represents the 4 pillars, the way that it moves around is quite simple. One propeller will spin faster or slower to basically tilt the thing forward so it goes, or tilt it back, or tilt it to the side. And over time, if you fucking jam on the throttle, which any drone operator will do every now and then, that's a lot of stress on a couple of millimeters thick of plastic. I don't do that. You know, okay, I should rephrase. I've done it, right? Nowhere near to the extent that some people have. I don't abuse it. It's a flying... For me, the Defiant, the drone, is a flying camera platform. It's not one of those drones, and it's legitimately is not one of those drones that you're supposed to fucking have fun with. It's in the sense that you go as fast as it can and make high-speed maneuvers. It's a flying camera platform. It's a even though it's plastic and metal and a camera, it's a piece of equipment for a photographer, and that's what I bought it for. Not abusing it, not damaging it, babying it when it's in transit or when I'm at home. I'm very discouraged that I have not 1 but 3 out of the 4 pillars cracked, and luckily it's the top, not the bottom. But after taking it apart, it's so goddamn flimsy, and I'm looking at this design, and I love the drone, I love the design, I would buy it again. It just makes you think, like, man, you pay... Well, I didn't pay, but retail for this drone is $1,000. When it came out, it was like $1,200 or something like that. And it's like, listen, I get it. There's GPS, there's a 4K camera, there's an advanced gimbal that keeps everything stable, which is why my videos look so good. Haha. That's not the only reason. Some of this matters, but it's one of those things where once you take something apart and you realize how chintzy it can be in places, or how hollow it can be, or how much empty space there is, I look at it and it's like, it's one of those things that when I put it back together, I've repaired the top piece. I've used some super glue, and I'm going to put some tape around it, and maybe even a zip tie or two, just something. I can get a shell for $60. That's a lot of money for me right now, given after literally the day after I pay a bill. I could have waited. It's just one of those things where I look at it and it's like, Jesus Christ, thank God I have a case for it. It sucks. This situation sucks. And what infuriates me even more is it's technically considered under warranty. It's not, but it is. They realize there's a problem with the drones that have over 10 hours of flight, which, again, that's a long time. I have 27. I looked at my app. With that drone in particular, there's about 26 and change hours of actual flight time. I'm not counting the 5-10 minutes where it sits in my room or at the launch pad where it's just spinning and I'm adjusting settings. No, 26 and change hours of flight time, which is quite a lot for the Phantom after 3 months. There are stress cracks, so I could easily send this out and they would basically do what I'm going to do, which is replace the top shell. But what infuriates me is if I were to do that, I would have to pay shipping, which is easily $50-$60 outright, period, for a good box, installation, tracking, insurance. But also, every forum that I have read, every person that I've messaged, who I keep in contact with on YouTube and Twitter, their drone was gone from not 4 to 6 weeks, 2 months to 6. Half a year, one person waited. And the issue was not the same. It was, it was the same, and there was a crack, but it was the landing gear, not the arm. Are you fucking kidding me? I work in retail. I understand both sides of the coin. I get it that you're a Chinese company, you make a lot of a product, and there's a lot getting started. Half a year? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? So, I've repaired the shell, the top part. I've gone over everything else. Everything else is fine. I'm going to put it back together tomorrow after letting it sit for 12 to 15 hours. I don't think it's going to fix it completely, because one of the problems... And let me get it. I'll be right back. This is it. So, I was hoping I could get just the shell and take the GPS sensor off. You can't do that. But, which side is it here? The problem that I have with this, the main problem, is that... Do you see those 2 dots? Those are where the metal female end where the screw goes. So what happens is you put this on top, you sandwich it, screw goes in and tightens the 2 together. The problem is, I wish I could focus on there, where this broke is literally where this one by my finger, the screw hole is. That actually fell out. So all that tension, all that stress, I guarantee you, I'm going to put this back on here, and the stress cracks would probably be okay for a while, but I'm willing to bet that simply tightening down that screw is going to make it pop out. And all my work and time is going to be for naught. And it really makes you think. This is the... I can't even talk anymore. I'm just really frustrated. And like I said before, it sounds cheesy. It's not like it's the end of the world. It's not like the fucking thing crashed and is gone and I don't have it anymore. But that's what's probably going to happen at some point if I was to fly. And I want to fly. And it sounds cheesy, and it's like, Smith, it's just a drone, get a new one or get it fixed. First of all, the way that I bought the drone was with gift cards and money I got for trading in my phone 4 months ago. So I don't have $1,000 just to buy a new one. I'm not Casey Neistat, right? I can't just, it's broken, let's go buy a new one. I wish I could. I'm willing to spend the money on just the shell, but it's like, what the fuck? This is $1,000, $1,200 in some places piece of equipment that has just failed to the point where a simple part can't be ordered. It takes time and money just from flying it. If I crashed the drone, or if I fucking abused it and was dicking around, which again I honest to God don't do. I'll provide my flight records and speed and whatnot if I have to. I wouldn't be as upset. I'd be like, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. But to simply have this kind of issue after just flying the thing over the past few months, come on. And then to top it off, it's going to take fucking up to, call it 4 to 6 months to get back? What the fuck do I do for half a year? It'll be fucking Christmas, what? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. It'll be my fucking birthday. It'll be March, which March was when I bought the standard drone, the standard edition, Phantom 3 standard. A year. Give me a break. I'm not doing that. Everything else is perfectly fine on the drone. The gimbal is fine. The motors are fine. It's just a plastic shell. And I'm going to try putting this back together tomorrow. I don't have many high hopes. Zip ties and tape and glue can only take you so far with a piece of precision equipment, especially when it comes to photography. But we'll see what happens. I'm very discouraged on multiple levels right now. Again, mainly for the fact that the drone's been helping me out for the past few months. Yeah, we'll go from there. DJI, I tweeted them. They actually already tweeted me back and said, hey, contact our service center, send it out. Again, I'm not going to do that because it's going to be gone for anywhere from 2 to 6 months. And that's not acceptable to me, given this issue. If it was something else, different story. Have a good night, guys. Later.